We're going to talk about a process we use to construct composite parts like decks, deck hatches, and even three-dimensional parts such as engine covers and even the full lamination of hulls. And that process is called vacuum infusion or resin infusion. I've been working with vacuum infusion process all the way back to the time when most boat manufacturers had never even heard of the term. The origin of vacuum infusion started in the early 90s when the SCRIMP technology patent was coming to an end. This process was used to construct aeronautic parts as well as secret vessels for, well, you know who, the United States military. SCRIMP technology was invented by this guy, Bill Seaman, as a means to meet the demanding requirements of the projects for the U.S. Navy. Like its now stepbrother, vacuum infusion, it's suited to build large-scale structural composite parts where high strength, durability, and lightweight are very crucial. We used foam composite wood for core material. We drilled a series of holes, 2 inches on center, perforating the core for the resin channels to transfer the resin through the core, laminating the fiberglass on both sides at the same time. We dial in the fiberglass to resin ratio better than any hand layup could ever conceive. Back then, it wasn't as easy getting these so-called infusion materials. We used to buy our flow medium from a manufacturing company that made the produce netted bags. We'd use that material as our flow medium. Until we were able to buy plastic bagging material in volumes, we would buy it from the same company that manufactured oven bags, like the bags used in the old days with shake and bake. Over the last 25 years, the method has stayed the same. However, the process, the equipment, and most importantly, the materials have changed drastically, both with advancements as well as availability, making it easier for us to tackle bigger infused parts like our own new boats. With today's unlimited amount of supplies readily at our hands, we're able to infuse 30-foot decks with the confidence of creating strong, lightweight, 100% solid composite parts. Clancy's boat was the second deck that we vacuum infused. Back then, unable to get very wide rolls of plastic, we vacuum infused the deck in 2 sections. To construct the deck, we use 1-inch, 4-pound density foam, doubled up in crucial areas to 2 inches, wrapped in 5 layers of 1708. We then vacuum infused 1 section at a time, fiberglassing them into one part after we glued them in place to our prepared stringer system. You'll notice the aluminum plate grid system on the top of our stringers. We've been incorporating this aluminum grid into our SCRIMP restorations for a long time. And to this day, we use aluminum along with other composites like G10 and Penske board into our stringer systems of both restorations and new boat build. The aluminum and tappable composites such as G10 allows us to be able to drill through the deck and mechanically fasten the above deck components such as the console, leaning post, and T-tops, ensuring that these components are now tied, mechanically bonded directly into the structure of the vessel. Throughout the remanufacturing process, you'll notice the many upgrades in the structural build from the original design, further giving us the confidence and knowledge that these boats that have been around for 40 years will be around even longer the second time around. Well, actually, you'll be able to see the benefits of our structural processes when we get into the refit process at JB. We're going to finish up this episode with the remanufacturing process of our deck lid. Like the rest of the plywood core in this boat, it was a rotted mess. During the dismantling process, you saw the men lift the deck lid off the hull in preparation of flipping it over to begin the removal of the rotting core. There were so many gaps in the laminate because they didn't taper the edges of the core, and they didn't take the time to roll out the fiberglass to make an attempt at alleviating any gapping. These gaps became areas to trap moisture. In fact, anywhere there's a gap in a boat, specifically below the waterline, these are breeding grounds for moisture to get trapped, which then begins to the rotting process of the wood. The men cut along the edges of the laminate and easily removed the delaminated fiberglass from the rotted wood surfaces. Then scraped and chiseled the rotted core from the inner laminate. Then they gave the deck lid a detergent and solvent wash, letting it dry out for a few days while they made the templates to fabricate the new core. They used the templates to lay out on top of the sheets of composite core, which was 1 inch, 4-pound density perforated foam. Using the same templates, they cut 4 layers of 1708, preparing for the gluing and the lamination of the new core material. The lamination process that we use is called vacuum bagging. Unlike vacuum infusion, we're not pumping the resin into the laminate. What we're doing is something called a wet layup with vacuum assistance. We first put down 2 layers of 1-ounce mat to act as a glue between the inner laminate and the new core. The men then wet out 4 layers of 1708, taking the time to smooth out all the edges with their hands, knowing that the vacuum bag was going to do most of the work for them in eliminating any possibility of gaps like we found from the factory. With the vacuum bag and the sealant tape prepared prior to us beginning the layup, the men then pulled the vacuum bag over the deck lid part, checking the sealant tape for leaks as we began to pull down a vacuum on the part, making sure the part was staying true to shape and not twisting in any way, so it stays the shape of the hull and we don't run into any issues at the time of assembly. After the laminate was dry, we removed the vacuum bag material and cleaned up our rough edges. We then moved the deck lid into the fiberglass shop to begin the exterior repairs along with the rest of the fiberglass repairs for the hull, all of which you'll see on the next time when we continue making JB Metan the first time around. Thank you. I'm Mike Borelli. See you next time on Making It Metan.
If you like this segment, click right here. If you like this segment and you want to watch the whole episode, click right here.